Welcome one and all to this continuation of Stone Week. If you're following along, which you definitely should not be because nothing exciting or out of the ordinary is going to happen, this is video number 2 of 4. And to commemorate this great day, I would like to read a passage from my very favorite book, This Was Wheat Farming. The wheat crop of 1898 approximated about 4 million bushels as compared with 3.5 million bushels in 1897. About 1 million bushels of the crop from last year remains unsold, the big farmers holding the grain in anticipation of higher prices. And a passage from my second favorite book, The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho, which reads, "When you possess great things and you tell other people, seldom are you believed." That said, today we're learning how to play Unhand Me by Stone Gossard. This video is for Felix Film, Sirimac 2442, and Stone Gossard. The verse is a piece of cake, presuming you think these chords belong in cake. E minor, C, B minor, A, G. When we repeat that, you can play the F sharp note on the E string 2nd fret in between the G going back into the E minor. E minor, C, B minor, A, G. Repeat. Over and over again. Normally progressions are 4 or 8 measures long, sometimes 6. This one is 5 measures long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Repeat. 5 measures. That's weird. That's awesome. The very last time when we're going to go into the chorus, however, we never make it to the G. You just hang on A and you do 2 or 3 or 4 measures of A. You'll know when to switch because they'll start singing the chorus. Into the chorus. The chorus, which is super fun. I'm going to show you the chords we need first, and then we're going to get into it. The first one is E minor, starting on the A string. 7, 9, 9, 8. The second one is A string 9th fret, DGB 7 with your pointer finger. We're going to call this D chord variation number 1. Then A string 5th fret, DGB 7 again, this time with your ring or pinky finger, doesn't matter. That's D chord variation normal, then regular old B minor, and regular old A. E minor, D number 1, D number normal, B minor, and A are the chords we need. Your plucking, strumming pattern is going to be, you're going to pluck the bass note, the lowest note in this case. With all these chords, it's the A string. The bass note, the A string, followed by the D string, and then give the rest of the strings a little flick. And that happens on all the chords except for the A, which is just kind of a normal turnaround. And there's the small matter of the in-between notes. In between chords 1 and 2, you just pluck the A string 7th fret once more. Then the open A string gives you time to move. Open A string. And nothing before the A. Here we go. That's the first line. The second line starts with the same first 2 chords, but then instead of the rest of it, you just play a C power chord, A string 3rd fret, and an A power chord down here. Second line. The third line is exactly the same as the first line. The fourth line is almost the same as the second line, but instead of C power chord, A power chord, you play D power chord, C power chord. And you're into your next verse. That's not true. You're into the piano interlude that comes in between the chorus and the verse, the post-chorus, if you will. We're going to have 2 measures per chord now. E minor, E minor, C, C, B minor, B minor, A, then E string, 3, 2, E minor, C power chord, E minor, 2, 1, and I wasn't counting anything meaningful, I was just saying syllables there. I want to back up before we move on. This shape here, this one, right? This D chord variation number 1, Stone loves this shape. Here, this one, right? It's right there, and it's also right there. This, if we think of this as an A, let's think of this as an A shape, right? On the B string 2nd fret, we've got a B, C. It's a C sharp note. So if we play our A chord and put that note there in our A chord, that's a C sharp note too. A sharp, B, C, C sharp. This chord is an A chord. It's A with a C sharp in the bass. That's written A/C sharp, and it's pronounced A with a C sharp in the bass. So up here, we're playing A, B, C, D with an A flat, G, F sharp, D with an F sharp in the bass, another variation of the better man chord. The chords to the solo section are A, G, C. Whole bunch of times until the very last time when the C and the G switch. A, C, G, and then you just hang on A. Those are the chords to the solo section. Now let me get you started anyways with the solo from the solo section. Start on the D string 7th fret, G6, 7, back to the D string, 9, 7, 9, 7, A7. That is thing number 1. And then the harmony part comes in. It's going to be B string 8th fret down to 7, G, 9, 9, B, 7, 8, and then G, 7, 6, 7, 6, D7 harmonizes with the other thing we were doing. So you can mess around with either, both, or parts of those, combine them to your heart's druthers. At the end of the very last chorus, instead of the D power chord and then the C power chord, it's going to do those, but then add A at the end. C, A. And the outro is the first line of a chorus, just kind of chiller. Followed by the E minor, the D variation 1, C or C power chord, doesn't matter, and A. So... outro. And that does it for Stone Week Day 2 of 4. I hope you enjoyed that. I sure did. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you next time with more totally normal, not in any way, shape, or form unusual stuff. Goodbye.